Hi everyone, this is Josh from WindyNation, and I'm going to show you our PMA generator test station. To start out with, we have an 8 horsepower gasoline engine, and it's hooked up through a pulley system to our Wintura 750 PMA. The pulley system, by changing this pulley, we can control the RPM anywhere from 140 RPM all the way up to several thousand RPM. Now, as a load, we use a battery bank. Here we have two 12-volt batteries. We can wire them in series, which gives us a 24-volt battery bank, or we can wire them in parallel, which gives us a 12-volt battery bank. Now, the Wintura 750 puts out 3-phase AC electricity, so we have it hooked up here to a 3-phase bridge rectifier, which converts the 3-phase AC electricity to DC electricity. The red wire is the positive DC output from the generator, and the black wire is the negative DC output from the generator. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is hook up our test stand in the front, which has all our instrumentation on it, and we'll go over in our next video what all that does. Alright, so now we have everything set up for 12-volt battery bank charging. I'm going to go ahead and go through and explain what all this instrumentation is used to measure. So to start out with, over here we have a digital tachometer. This measures the RPM of the pulley, which is also the RPM of the Wintura 750. This is a multimeter, and it's used to measure the voltage of the battery bank. In this case, it's set up for 12 volts, but in other videos will be set up for 24-volt battery bank charging. Over here is an amp meter, and we use this to measure the current, or amps, coming from the Wintura 750 to the battery bank. If you remember from the previous video, these 3 wires here are the 3-phase AC output of the Wintura 750. They're hooked up to a 3-phase bridge rectifier, which converts it to DC electricity. And the positive DC output from the rectifier is hooked up directly to the positive terminal of the 12-volt battery bank. The negative DC output of the rectifier travels through this amp meter, where it's then hooked up directly to the negative terminal of the 12-volt battery bank. And last but not least, these leads here are hooked up to the multimeter, so we can measure the voltage of the battery bank. So now we're going to go ahead and fire up the engine so you guys can see what the Wintura 750 can do while charging a 12-volt battery bank. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start up the engine, and we're going to watch the Wintura 750 charging a 12-volt battery bank.